First place, nine-tailed green hill fox. In the remote Green Hill Mountain, mist curls through the air and bamboo sways gently. A fox spirit named Ajiu resides here. She resembles an ordinary red fox, yet bears 9 fluffy snow-white tails, each tipped with a wisp of faint blue flame. Her cry sounds like an infant's wailing, sweet yet laced with a strange allure. But Ajiu has no taste for human flesh. The hearts she feeds on are not bloody organs, but the little secrets, petty greed and secret infatuation hidden in mortal hearts. One spring day, a young scholar named Li Wangyou ventured into the mountains to gather herbs and strayed into the Green Hill maze. Dazed and disoriented, he followed the infant-like cry to a fox's den. There sat a little girl in white, her 9 tails swaying like 9 veils of white silk. With a flick of her tail tips, she pulled Li Wangyou into a glittering cave filled with singing jade stones, bronze mirrors that reflect past lives, and a bubbling pot of worry-free soup. Then the little girl revealed her true form as Ajiu. With a flick of her 9 tails, she told Li Wangyou that he would be set free if he spoke his mind, and if he pleased her, she would grant him a bug-free pill to protect him from evil spirits and poisons. Under Ajiu's bright fox eyes, the honest Li Wangyou could not help but pour out his secrets. He secretly loved a female classmate, but dared not confess his feelings because of his poor family. He had once stolen his father's silver to gamble and lost everything. He even dreamed of getting rich overnight to marry his beloved. Ajiu wagged her tails and laughed merrily, saying mortal thoughts were both sweet and bitter. Overjoyed, she not only set Li Wangyou free, but also lit the bronze mirror, showing him lives corresponding to different choices. Concealing his thoughts would lead to an unremarkable life, while bold confession would bring a happy marriage despite twists and turns. Then Ajiu pressed a glittering pill into Li Wangyou's hand, warning him that true good fortune was never stolen, and the pill would keep him from being bewitched by greed, anger, and obsession. When Li Wangyou woke up, he was outside the mountain, and the pill in his hand turned into a wisp of smoke that drifted into his heart. After that, he no longer hesitated or obsessed over gains and losses, but focused on his studies. He eventually married his female classmate and lived a plain and steady life. Only later did he realize that the thoughts Ajiu ate were merely helping people dispel unnecessary obsessions. Thus, the 9-tailed Green Hill fox gained the nickname worry-relieving fox among mortals. Second place, Taotie the glutton. Deep in the South Mountain lurks a ferocious beast called Taotie. It has the body of an ox but a human face, eyes under its armpits, tiger teeth and human claws, and cries like an infant. Most astonishingly, it possesses a giant mouth that can devour heaven and earth. In the year King Yu tamed the floods, waters raged across the land. Starving, Taotie rushed to the mortal world for food, swallowing 3 mountains and 6 rivers in one gulp, yet its belly remained empty. By chance, it caught a whiff of an extraordinary fragrance. Following the scent, it found the 10,000 Flavors restaurant, secretly opened on shore by the 3rd prince of the East Sea Dragon King, serving all kinds of mortal delicacies. Taotie transformed into a chubby, wealthy merchant, entered the restaurant and ordered the waiter to serve every dish twice over. An unprecedented feast began. Taotie ate from Dongpo pork and Buddha jumps over the wall to beggar's chicken and the Manchu Han imperial feast, until it finally devoured the tables, chairs, and even the shop sign. As the 10,000 Flavors restaurant was about to be emptied, the 3rd prince panicked, revealed his dragon form, and tried to drive the beast away. Taotie merely burped and told the prince with a smile that his dishes were delicious but lacked human flavor. The joys, angers, sorrows, and joys in human hearts were the ultimate taste under heaven. With that, Taotie opened its bloody maw and swallowed the 3rd prince along with the entire restaurant. In truth, it took them as a temporary kitchen, making the prince experience mortal emotions and learn to cook with heart. 3 months later, Taotie was fully satisfied and spat out the prince and the restaurant intact. Since then, the East Sea 10,000 Flavors restaurant added a signature dish, Taotie's Aftertaste Soup. It was said that one sip would let one taste all flavors of life. The 3rd prince also changed his ways, no longer clinging to rare delicacies, but turning to study the warmth of mortal life. Taotie still wandered around, asking everyone what flavor they craved most, willing to digest the tastes in their hearts. Third place, Bifang the fire-conjuring bird. On Mount Chang'e lives a divine bird named Bifang. It resembles a red-crowned crane but has only one leg, a green body covered in red markings, and a white beak. Its cry sounds exactly like its name, Bifang. Wherever it appeared, cities would catch fire for no reason, so mortals regarded it as a disaster bringer. In truth, Bifang was an unlucky little creature. It was once the gatekeeper bird in the Heavenly Emperor's royal garden, in charge of extinguishing the leftover fire from Lord Laozi's alchemy furnace. One day, it nodded off by accident, and the furnace fire blazed out, burning the royal garden to ashes. Enraged, the Heavenly Emperor banished it to the mortal world and left it with only one leg, so it could not run fast and cause trouble again. Banished, Bifong was filled with grievance. It had wanted to help mortals light fires for warmth, yet every time it approached a village, villagers screamed in terror and took it for an evil creature that brought fires. One day, Bifong met a little beggar named Xiao Shito. Born into a poor family, Xiao Shito shivered bitterly in the cold winter. Bifong quietly landed on his roof, stood steady on one leg, and flapped its wings gently. The red markings on its body turned into tiny sparks, warming the whole shabby house without burning a single blade of grass. Looking up, Xiao Shito saw the one-legged red bird. Far from being afraid, he recognized Bifong with surprise and thanked it sincerely for the warmth. Bifong was utterly astonished. It was the first time anyone had treated it gently. Blushing, it admitted it only brought trouble, but Xiao Shito laughed and retorted that it brought not disaster, but fire. Without fire, humans could not cook, keep warm, or forge iron. From then on, Bifong traveled north and south with Xiao Shito, gradually learning to control the fire, lighting only small flames when mortals needed them. People gradually let go of their fear and honored it as the fire-conjuring divine bird. Whenever a streak of green and red light streaked across the night sky, they knew Bifong was bringing warmth to cold families. Later, Xiao Shito grew up and became a famous craftsman. He created the first oil-free Bifong lamp. With a gentle breath from Bifong, the wick would burn forever, lighting up the cold nights.